Somewhere in the dark corners of the world, secrets hide, waiting to be uncovered. Welcome to Grave Secrets 101. You may call me the Voice. Who I am doesn't matter. What matters are the stories I bring to you. Tales of horror, science that defies reason, crimes that stain history, and whispers from the past. Stories that cling to you, long after the lights are back on. This is a new kind of journey I am offering you, a blend of narrative and podcast, an experiment, if you will. If you wish for this to continue, let it be known. Every month, I will return, if you desire more. Each story, another step into the unknown. And if you have a story, something you've buried, something too dark to speak aloud, send it to me. Your secret may become part of the next tale we unveil together. The truth you hide might just find its way to the surface. So, turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and listen closely. The shadows are about to speak. The echoes of the past demand to be heard. This story was collected from a fellow supporter of this channel, and I will be sharing the story as he narrated. Before we begin, let me set the scene. I work as a night watchman in Dubai for a company called Al Nahda. Over the years, I have made many friends, both locals and foreigners, but none are closer to me than Chooks. Chooks is from a remote village in Gambia, West Africa. We are of the same age, around 28 or 29, but Chook's family holds a dark legacy. His grandfather, Bagla, is not just an ordinary doctor. He is a magician, a master of ancient rituals and black magic, revered and feared across his land. In Gambia, there is a ritualistic dance called Kumba Nritya. It is performed by village magicians with instruments made of leaves and wood. The dance is not for entertainment. It is a gateway to the supernatural. The villagers also possess wooden puppets called jambitu. These are not mere toys. They are vessels, traps for spirits and jinns. Some say these puppets whisper at night. The following story was shared with me by Chooks. It is a tale from 1990, a tale of death, vengeance, and the forbidden return of a soul. But it is more than that. It is a tale of power, and the price one pays for wielding it. In the year 1990, Bagla and his lifelong friend, Lala, traveled from Gambia to Mali. Their purpose was to meet their guru, a master magician who had taught them the darkest secrets of their craft. The journey was treacherous, through dense jungles and blistering deserts, guided only by whispers of ancient knowledge. Upon arriving at the guru's home, they were greeted by an unsettling sight. A crowd had gathered, and in the center of it all lay the lifeless body of a woman. Her eyes bled, her forehead was cracked, and her neck bore the deep imprint of strangulation. Flies circled like vultures, and the air carried the faint scent of decay. The guru, though composed, had a tense aura around him. He welcomed Bagla and Lala but asked them to stay for 2 days as he was burdened with a troubling situation. That night, after dinner, the guru revealed the horrors that had befallen the village. The woman's body was discovered behind a neighbor's house, a man named Eric. The villagers, blinded by fear, accused Eric and beat him mercilessly. But the guru intervened and sensed something far more sinister at play. The body, its origin unknown, its death violent. The guru suspected dark forces. He decided to uncover the truth through the forbidden ritual, the ritual of soul retrieval. This ancient spell would temporarily bring the soul back into the dead body, forcing it to reveal the secrets of its demise. But it was a dangerous rite. If the spirit broke free, it would unleash unspeakable horror upon them. Some who dared this ritual before were never seen again. That night, inside a small hut dedicated to magic, the ritual began. The dead woman's limbs were bound to wooden planks. A circle of dried goat fat wax and red cloth surrounded her. Fire burned in clay pots, filling the room with a suffocating stench. Symbols etched in blood stained the walls. Guruji took his place at the head. Bagla gripped the woman's arms. Lala held her legs. The chanting began, low, guttural, ancient. The walls trembled. The ground quaked beneath them. The flames flickered unnaturally, casting shadows that moved on their own. Suddenly, the corpse twitched. Then it thrashed violently. The air grew heavy. Shadows danced like demons on the walls. With every ounce of strength, Bagla and Lala held the body down as Guruji circled with the burning pot in his bare hands. Then it spoke. The dead woman, her voice hollow, otherworldly, demanded to know why she had been summoned. Her eyes, once lifeless, now glowed faintly in the dim light. Through persuasion and promises, Guruji coerced the spirit into revealing her story. Her name was Naira. She was from Bamako, the capital of Mali, a Christian woman, married to Freddy, a businessman. What began as a happy union turned sour. Freddy's love strayed to another woman. Betrayed and heartbroken, Naira confronted him. She threatened divorce. Freddy appeared to reconcile, but it was a deception. He lured her to this village under the pretense of rekindling their bond. That evening, after drugging her food, he led her to a desolate spot. As the sleeping pills dulled her senses, he strangled her with his bare hands. Blood seeped from her eyes as her body failed her. He left her corpse to rot behind a house and fled. Rage filled the room. Guruji vowed justice. Naira's soul pleaded for peace, justice for her death, and a proper burial. Guruji offered two choices: a curse upon Freddy, or legal action. But without evidence, the village would face repercussions. Naira understood. She agreed to a burial in the village, under Christian rites. With her consent, Guruji released her spirit. The villagers gathered the next day and laid Naira to rest in a small Christian cemetery. The ground was blessed with prayers, but the air remained heavy with unease. But Guruji's work was not done. He performed a death curse, one of the most feared black magic spells. Freddy would suffer for 20 days. His head would throb with unbearable pain. His eyes would burn as if pierced by needles. Sleep would elude him. Food would turn to ash in his mouth. No doctor could save him. On the 20th day, he would die. And he did. Found curled in his home, his eyes wide with terror, his mouth frozen in a silent scream. Chooks later told me that no one ever knew the exact method of the curse. Only Guruji and his gods knew that secret. As Guruji bid farewell to Bagla and Lala, he turned to them and said, "Now tell me, why have you come to me?" But that is a story for another night. The secrets have been spoken, but the darkness is never truly silent. If this journey unsettled you, or left you craving more, make it known. Like this video, subscribe, and watch the shadows closely, because in 1 month, I will return with more. Your support is what brings me back. And remember, your story, your secret, could be the next one whispered in the dark. Send it to me at gravesecrets101@gmail.com. Until then, stay curious, stay cautious, and whatever you do, never trust what lurks beyond the veil. I'll be watching from the shadows.